3 couples, all playing for big money. And now, because she's got so much love to give, your host, Ruby Wax.
Hello and welcome to the waiting game. It's me. You know who I am. I certainly do. Sorry, are there raccoons in my audience? Sorry. What have you come as? When you got up this morning, did you look in the mirror? We'd like to know, wouldn't we? Did you look? No, really. Or did you get caught in a kind of air funnel? What's happened here? Can you get... The roots aren't showing at all. And you're sort of a matchmaker. Do you know each other?
No.
Right. You do, don't you? Yes, you share the bottle, as we say. Can we get some bleach so I can just finish this woman off? And are you a couple?
No, it's my son.
Oh, right. You know, I'd like to go on talking to you all night, but I have a career. And Mama needs new shoes. Constantly. So I would like you now to meet tonight's contestants, who I interviewed earlier. Roll the film.
And where did you meet? In a gym?
No. No, not in a gym. No, we met at work.
Oh.
Met at work,
And
yes.
did you clap eyes on Tracy and say, I must have you?
Well,
no, we got drunk first.
All right, so
Yes.
when the drunk, went away,
Yes.
did you think you made a
Yeah.
mistake, or it was
No,
still
no,
okay?
no, definitely.
It wasn't a hangover bride?
No, it wasn't. No.
Are you accident prone, Tracy?
Yeah.
What type of things do we do?
Well, I smash into people, I fall out of taxis and cars.
Right.
I find it very difficult to stop on my feet.
What's the problem with standing on your feet? Are they just too small or
I
something?
think there must be.
Now, you don't want kids.
No, not at the moment. Certainly not.
Do you have a maternal instinct in you, Trace?
No, not
Not
at
at
all.
all. We don't see them and suddenly go into woozy.
No.
Not at all.
No. I keep asking if he wants to cook one and give us a bit of mint sauce.
Yes, maybe.
That's funny, you cannibals. You guys got a whole series of jokes that we'll be cracking through the night for all you
Yes.
No, this happened 2 years ago, so it's almost been 2.5 years.
Well, not this itself.
Well, no. Are you pregnant? Yes, I'm pregnant.
Okay, but it hasn't been in there 2 years.
No, we were separated for 2 years.
And he came back to plant his seed.
No, he would never plant his seed in me, he wasn't good enough.
Whose seed is that then?
This is Nick's seed.
The new seed.
He's the one, he's the chosen seed.
It's like Damien. You left your husband because he wouldn't do housework? And I agree. Claire says she would leave her husband if she won the money tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is he on his way out then if you get some cash?
I like to hunt my prey, and then when I've hunted them down and they give in, it becomes bland.
It's like talking to guys. Yeah. Are you serious about this, about getting rid of him?
This
week
week
you
I'm
don't
not, because he
know.
went missing Friday night, and then he come home at 7:45 Saturday morning.
Oh, a challenge.
And it made me fall in love with him again.
Where was he? He was probably cleaning somebody else's house.
Probably, but hey-ho, I sniffed him.
Did you? And there was no
I smelt
sniffage?
his neck.
But you sniffed him and there was no sign
No,
of
there was
another...
no perfume or no lipstick.
or animal
so-
scent or anything.
No.
We'll cut that bit out.
Okay.
I could just go on talking to you forever, but we got a game show to do. Do you work on a night shift together
We
then?
do,
And what
yes.
goes on in that night shift?
We basically put a newspaper together.
And how many years have you been together on the night shift?
About 11, 12 years, isn't it?
Oh, so you really know each other.
Oh, not very well at all. In fact, I've only just met him.
One thing about Carl is that he plucks his eyebrows. I can see that from here.
Is it that evident?
Well, you look like Dr. Zork. Sorry.
Told worse.
Danny can bite his toenails.
Well, I can assume the position, but I've never actually
Assume the position.
Please assume the
carried on.
position.
Oh, maybe I can. Oh, yeah, I can still.
You can
I can still
Thank
reach.
God. There's
but
a
I'm-
talent. Carl is in love with Lorraine Kelly. It says here, if you won the money, you'd take her away on a dirty weekend. You know, I'll never eat lunch again. You like a cute factor. That turns you on?
Yeah.
So I must make you salivate. And if you win, you would like to have liposuction? And what would you be doing with the extra stuff you sucked out?
Molding himself a Lorraine Kelly, I think.
Yes.
A little model of Lorraine Kelly. Well, there's a beautiful thought. I'm going to end there because I got to go barf.
Okay, in this game, there's no conferring, no touching, no nothing. I'm so strict on this show. I like me like that. Okay, at the end of this round, we're going to lose one of the couples. Which one do you think it will be? Don't be fooled. If they look stupid, that might only be on the outside. On the inside, they could be the smart ones. Now, to remain in the game, you need points. And the longer you wait, the more points you score. So I'm going to ask you a question. And if you panic and buzz early, it's only worth a few points. But if you wait the full 10 seconds, you get lots and lots of points. And here's where we put these relationships to the test. When you buzz, I don't want you to answer the question yourself, no. When you buzz, your partner has to give the answer. You're hoping that your partner has brought their brain tonight. And now it's time to play the game show hosted by me, The Waiting Game. Okay, there are only 8 questions in this round. And remember, the couple who get the least points is out. Hands on buzzers. You all right there, Tracy? You're not going to fall over.
I'm going to try not to.
Okay,
Well, we could weld you to a stool.
That would be a good
you're
idea.
okay there on those little legs. All right. First question. Who was the host of the 70s TV game show, Name That Tune? Trace, did you just twitch or did you mean to hit that?
I think I twitched.
You're very overexcited. Look at you, you're all teeth. All right, this is for 8 points. Why would Paul know this?
I'm hoping he does. He knows all sorts of sad stuff like
Sad
this.
stuff that he knows. And he's a sad little man when he's cleaning at home. She makes him clean at home, that's his job, and she drinks lager with the boys. It's kind of a relationship. When he shakes his head, does it mean he knows something?
No.
He's looking very depressed, Trace.
Oh,
I just
dear.
want you to know that. I know. Paul, listen very carefully. This is for 8 points. Who was the host of the 70s TV game show, Name That Tune?
No idea.
Could you just try and bark out something? Otherwise, you'll be back. Don't turn around. You'll be back on that Hoover in no time. Come on. Free yourself. Free yourself, Lordy Lord. Come on. Come on. Be a man. Just guess. Anything that comes to your mouth. Shout out something. Bark something.
Johnny Depp.
Totally wrong. No. No, you're wrong. I'm sorry. You've given 8 points to the other 2 teams. The answer was Tom O'Connor. He's very similar to Johnny Depp, though, so I don't know where the confusion would be for you. Okay, are you back in the land of the living?
Yeah.
So we have a tie here. We have Danny and Carl with 8, Claire and Melanie with 8, and a big 0 for the Hausfrau. And mein Führer, Tracy. All right, next question. Which American general was defeated at the Battle of Little Bighorn in 1876? Who came in there? Oh, just by a little hair. And why would Carl know about this battle?
He knows everything.
Does he?
Yes.
Oh, look. Do you know, or you just look like a gerbil about to be hit by a car with those eyebrows? What?
I'm giving him the evil Emperor Ming look.
He can't see you. Remember?
Oh, he can. He's got eyes in the back of his
All
head.
right, all right. Do you know the answer to this? I'm going to ask you again. Which American general was defeated at the Battle of Little Bighorn in 1876? Carl, the answer is?
General Custer.
Do you think he's right?
Yes.
I guess that meant
Yes.
something between the two of you. Yes, you're right. Isn't that wonderful? When you see men on a night shift bonding, it's always a beautiful thing to see. Claire, why didn't you buzz? This woman was throwing up with
but
what?
He just buzzed
Right,
in
but you
front
know
of me.
Melanie knew that.
I knew that.
Yes. How angry are you?
I'm not going to stress out yet.
No, don't. I don't want that baby dropping out on the show. It's been in there 2 years. Let it stay another 8. We never understood that one. Okay, so we have Carl and Danny with 13, a big 0 for Tracy and Paul, and 8 for Claire and Melanie. Ready? Get those eyebrows down, because you look like you're asking me a question. Butch up a little bit, Paul, okay? Next question. What is the name for the indigenous people of New Zealand? Well, you were quick on the draw there. The testosterone kicked in. This is for 5 points. Why would Carl know this? You love him very much.
I think he's wonderful.
You think he is? Lorraine Kelly's going to be on her knees weeping. All right, Carl, I'm going to ask
can
you
hope.
again. What is the name for the indigenous people of New Zealand? The answer is, Carl?
Maori.
Maori, you have 5 points. Tracy, remember we were rehearsing earlier? Or,
Yeah.
you know, we said we were doing the waiting game? We're doing it. This is really it. We're really here. I know, we're not kidding. And Paul is, you know, give him a little bit of a break there. Okay, so we have Danny and Carl with 18, 0 for Tracy and Paul, and Claire and Melanie, 8. Come on, hunt a little more. You're the hunter, be a bit more aggressive. Next question. What is the national football stadium of Scotland? He was willing that. All right. Wow. You took the reins there. All right, Paul, you think you know this?
I think I do.
What is the national football stadium of Scotland? The answer is for 12 points.
Hampden Park.
Completely right. Catching up. All right, we're 4 questions down. We have 4 questions to go. Melanie and Claire, you need to get a little more testosterone in. Are you playing, or are you just looking around for a second husband
I knew
here?
she wouldn't know that.
All right, did you know it?
I thought I did, actually, but I was wrong.
Oh, you were wrong. All right, so you're right. Is something wrong here? Don't dilate on the
I'm
show.
just, you know, this is comfortable.
You'll tell me if waters are going to break, because it would really end my career. I don't
Believe me,
wanna be
you'll
mocked.
know. You'll
It's okay. Just hold in the pelvic floor. Sink it in. Or Danny will help you out. Danny and Carl. Scary, guys. All right, Carl and Danny, 18. We have Tracy and Paul with 12 and 8. So you got to move it now, girls, for Claire and Melanie. All right, next question. Which sport has variations called lawn, crown green, and short mat? Ooh, yeah. Why would she know that? We're all curious. So this is for 3 points.
Because it's a bit off the wall.
Off the wall, a little bit of pressure there. Which sport has variations called lawn, crown green, and short mat? Melanie, I don't know why you'd know this, but take a guess.
Tennis.
Do you think she's right? Don't turn around. You think she's right?
No.
You've given 3 points to the other 2 teams. I'm sorry. The answer was bowling.
Well, I'm not
Well, it
old
was
enough to know
close.
about
There
bowling.
were balls involved. There were balls involved. God bless you. All right. The scores are now Carl and Danny with 21. Next in place, Tracy and Paul with 15, and Claire and Melanie with 8. All right, there are only 3 questions left in this round, and any of you could still get through. Miracles can happen. So let's crank up the pressure a bit. If your partner gets a question wrong, from now on, you give away a full 15 points. And just to remind you, at the end of this round, the couple with the least points, let's face it, the least brains, will go out. Okay? All right, next question. With what song did Bucks Fizz win the 1981 Eurovision Song Contest? Do you know it's the waiting game? Mm-hmm. That's only for 1 point. And you will give away 15 if you get it wrong.
Yeah.
But you understand the rule. Do you want
Yeah,
me to
so
go?
the other people going for
Oh, you
it.
thought they were going to hit. Okay, so you're not such a silly little person.
No.
Okay, so Paul does know this. He looks like a big shaved bear. Okay, so Paul, I hope you know this. With what song did Bucks Fizz win the 1981 Eurovision Song Contest? The answer is
Making your mind up.
making your mind up. So that you can get out of that plie position. Yes, you're right. You have 1 point. All right, next question. Only 2 questions left. The disease rickets is caused by a lack of which vitamin? Okay, if you get this right, you stay in the game. If you get it wrong, you're out of the game. You think she knows that?
I hope
That's
she
for 3
knows that.
points. Rickets is caused by a lack of which vitamin?
D.
If you get it wrong, you're out of the game.
Go then.
Go then. Look at her standing like this. Go, girl. Okay, you're right. You're in the
Thank
game.
you.
All right, I'm going to give you the scores. We have Danny and Carl with 21, Tracy and Paul with 16, and 11 for Claire and Melanie. So I'm going to ask you the last question now, and everything hangs on this. On a map of the world, name the series of lines that encircle the Earth parallel with the equator. Oof. Okay, this is for 3 points. But if you get it wrong, you give the other two teams 15 points and you're out of the game. Oh, Paul, what a man this should happen to. So much pressure on you. It all depends on Paul. If you get this right, you go through. If you get it wrong, Melanie and Claire go through. And it's back to the dusting for you. Okay, Paul, I'll ask you again. On a map of the world, name the series of lines that encircle the Earth parallel with the equator.
Tropic of Capricorn.
You think he's right, Tracy? What would you have said?
I wouldn't have a clue.
You wouldn't have a clue. So, do you think he's right?
I hope so.
And if he's wrong, will you be very, very mad?
I won't be mad, I'll just be upset.
Oh, God, am I sorry? No, you were wrong. Oh! The girlies are through. The correct answer is lines of latitude. Is this going to affect the relationship? We want to know. It'll be sticky at home now, won't it?
No, I'll just be speaking to the cats instead of
To the
him for the
cats,
next
I
3
think
months.
you will be. Paul, do you want to say anything? Express some emotion. It's okay. Oh, God, don't weep. I'm sorry. Oh, no. Okay, let's just turn our heads for a moment. Listen, I'd like to talk to you two all night, but it's the time for me to tell you. You have to do what losers do. You have to go. Now there's only one more couple to get rid of, and things are going to be very different because, as you can see, they've changed places. The roles have been reversed. How do we feel about that?
Not good.
Because he's got a really snappy temper, so if you screw up like this, seriously, he's going to be very angry. Are you confident that he has intelligence?
It's a bit debatable.
It's debatable. Okay, so girlies, you're doing really well. And you'll be leaving Derek, the husband, if you win. So, Derek, start packing. Burn those rubber gloves. Who's the brighter of the two of you? I would never know.
I'm the stronger on
You're the
general
stronger,
knowledge.
there's no question. You're the more butch, but what about Claire? Is she intelligent? There's no question. Is she intelligent?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah? It was an
Yeah.
upward. Are you questioning?
Yeah. No,
Claire's
she's
right.
intelligent.
In what terrain?
She's got as many weak points as strong points, but we've discussed
You've
what
discussed
they are.
them. You've had it
so,
out before.
you know.
And which of you wants to be me?
I would like my own show in
Yeah.
your style.
In my
I
styling?
like your style. Yeah.
What, you would use my body or any part of me?
Whatever.
Be very quiet now. We're going to go on with the show. You ready? Okay, we need to say goodbye to another couple. Who's going to be eliminated and who isn't? Let's find out. Okay, this time there are only 6 questions, so here's a tip. Beat the other couple, okay? Because then you'll get to play for £30,000. Here's the first question. Which county is also known as the Garden of England? For 5 points. You think he knows?
I'm hoping he does.
Does he know? He's just smiling in an inane way. You know, kind of a moronic little smile there. So this is for 5 points. Otherwise, you give 5 points to the girlies. Danny, I'm going to ask you, which county is also known as the Garden of England?
Kent.
Kent, you think he's right?
I'm hoping so.
Yes, it is Kent. Mrs. Kelly and Danny have 5 points and a big 0 for Melanie and Claire. Next question. Which British female athlete won gold in the heptathlon at the 2000 Olympic Games? Did you just twitch or overexcited there? You know what you're doing. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
What makes you think Claire would know this?
because we discussed it today and we've said that
This
current...
just happened to come up?
No, we discussed that sort of topic and we decided that current things were more possible that she would know the answers than if it happened in 1906 or something.
Right. She's very puckered. She's very puckered behind you. So you just covered everything in 2000 and 2001, everything today.
Well, it's recent, isn't it? So...
It's a recent thing, yeah. Okay, you're ever hopeful. Obviously, the hormones are dementing her mind. So this is for 5 points. Claire, do you think you know which British female athlete won gold in the heptathlon at the 2000 Olympic Games?
No. And the reason why I say
Yes,
no
let's hear your reason.
is because I told Melanie I don't do sport.
Clearly, Melanie wasn't listening.
No, we said we might be better on recent sporting events.
Sport.
All right, get in touch with your anger. I think it's important. Otherwise, it'll just clog up in there, and the kid will need psychiatry.
Could we
What-
not just guess?
You
Could
know
we
what?
not guess?
Could we not guess? She says.
We don't do sport, do we?
Whoa, you can feel the hormones over here. They're surfing off of her. And your answer to her is?
Could we not at least try?
Could we not try, she says. The pregnant one, please. At least to her.
The answer is no, and I would really like to see Melanie try that one.
Okay, Claire says she'd like you to try. Would you like to try?
Yes.
All right, what would your answer be?
Denise Lewis.
You know she's right.
Well, I need bowls.
No more wild nights. I think you better stick around with Derek. He may be your last friend. You just gave away 5 points to Danny and Carl. I don't like you when you're happy. It's too perky, Derek. All right, so Carl and Danny have 10 points and a big 0 to the happy couple, Melanie and Claire. Next question. What color is the semi-precious stone amethyst? And why do we think that Danny would know this for 5 points?
Because he likes scientific questions.
It's what? Scientific, is it?
Ish.
Ish? And why would semi-precious... Well, okay.
It's a mineral.
And it's some jewelry, which I think you might know about.
Hey, baby.
Okay, so Danny, his face is all squishy. What color is the semi-precious stone amethyst? And the answer is, otherwise you give 5 points to the ladies.
Purple.
That's correct. Very good guess. Very good guess. You were holding your rocks, weren't you there,
Well,
Danny?
I was holding something.
You were holding them very close to you. All right, so Danny and Carl have 15, and Melanie and her friend Claire at 0.
Don't say it.
No, I know. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to look down. Okay, there are just 3 questions left to go before the end of the round. From now on, Claire and Danny, if you get it wrong, you give away a full 15 points to your opponents. Next question. Which spirit is the main alcoholic ingredient in a Black Russian cocktail? I knew you'd know that. All 2 girls being Elks. Yeah, okay, she doesn't look so unhappy. So this is for 3 points, but if you get it wrong, you give 15 points to them. How you feeling? Relaxed, calm, cool.
My specialist subject.
It's so frightening because it's a pregnant person here, and so really...
I understand.
All right, so Claire, I'm going to ask you again. Which spirit is the main alcoholic ingredient in a Black Russian cocktail? The answer is?
Tia Maria. Vodka and Coke.
I'm really sorry. The first answer you gave was Tia Maria, and that's not a spirit. You did mention vodka, but that wasn't your first answer, so I'm sorry. You give away 15 points to the other team. Next question. In the carol, The 12 Days of Christmas, how many swans a swimming did my true love send to me? Okay. If you get this right, you go through to the final round. If you get it wrong, the girls are back in the game.
No pressure then.
All right, so in the carol, The 12 Days of Christmas, how many swans a swimming did my true love send to me, Danny?
7.
You think he's right?
I have no idea.
He's right. I'm sorry, girls. I'm really sorry. You were so close. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Or do we need to call in a medic?
No, I'm fine.
You sure?
Yes.
All right, there you go. And you look very lovely. All right, so do you want to say anything to each other? Because I don't want you to say it backstage. If you could say it on stage, that would really make good television. So just go ahead. Carry on.
Just bad luck, innit?
Well, we're still friends.
Yeah.
Oh. I think you're lying. I really do.
Well, I might be annoyed for a little while longer, but, you know, it
Yeah.
won't last.
You're going to
got
go
one
over
wrong too.
and
I
over
did,
and
yeah.
over this.
I got one wrong too.
It was great having the 3 of you on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so Dan and Carly You mind if I call you that? Danny and Carly. Come on, let's start something
Ask
beautiful.
him what his nickname is.
That's his
Don't start.
nickname. Oh, that's interesting. Anything else you call each other you want to share?
What his email address is.
What's his email address, Carly? What is it?
Carly Kins.
Carly and Danikins are the lucky winners. So they're going to join me now to play for £30,000 in the final round of The Waiting Game. Okay, Danny and Carl, you've worked together for 11 years. Did you just raise that brow at me? And this is really going to put your friendship to the test. Because, Danny, you said Carl has a really vicious temper.
He can have, yes.
So we may see it tonight. Because his teeth are smiling, but those eyebrows are so vicious. Well, I don't blame the eyebrows for being angry. They're sitting on the rest of them. Anyway, Carly, if you win, you wanted to have Lorraine Kelly for the weekend?
In an ideal
In
world.
an ideal. For some people, that would be a punishment. What would you do, Danny, then?
I'd like to... Well, I've just recently bought a motorbike, so I'd like to pay the loan off on that.
I wouldn't have put you down for the motorbike type, but you know, you put a little mustache on and shave the head on the weekend,
I'm afraid.
and the little earring goes on.
Well, you never know.
A big motorbike.
It's quite big, yes.
How do you look in leathers, then, Danny?
Well, I wouldn't know.
Carly knows, I bet.
No.
But that's another show.
another story.
That's another show. Okay. Now you're playing for £30,000. But in this round, the longer you wait, the more money you get. You have 1 minute to get 6 questions right. Every time you get one wrong, you're eating into your 60 seconds. So if you don't know the answer, then say pass. Okay, so that you'll save yourself some valuable time. Because if you don't get 6 right before your time runs out, you go home with nothing. Do you understand? Okay, here's how the money works. If you buzz quickly, your question's only worth a few pounds. But if you're clever, you could try and wait the full 10 seconds and win £5,000. And if you're exquisite at waiting, you could go home with the full £30,000. Also from now on, if you buzz in, you have to answer the question, okay? You're on your own. There's no conferring, so say goodbye to each other, okay? Because the next time you see each other, you may be very rich or maybe scratching each other's eyes out. First question. On which 70s TV show did the characters Fozzie Bear, Gonzo, and Animal first appear? Did you think you waited 10 seconds, Mr. Speedy? Don't do that tongue wag at me. Did you, Mr. Clever Pants? You waited for £1,500. Daddy's shaking his head. Would you have waited a little longer?
A little longer,
You guys
yes.
aren't really, your clocks aren't synchronized there, are you? Do you know the answer, Carl? Shall I ask you again? On which 70s TV show did the characters Fozzie Bear, Gonzo, and Animal first appear? The answer is?
The Muppet Show, Ruby.
Would you have said that?
Yes.
You're correct. But you would have waited a little longer, wouldn't you?
I would, yes.
Would you have known how to count to 10 and get £5,000?
More than likely.
More than likely. Okay, just rile him a little bit more. All right, so you have £1,500, but you'll only take that home if you answer me 5 more questions correctly, and you have 53 seconds to do that in. Next question. In geography, which African country covers the largest area? Are we angry?
Nope.
Okay. Would you have buzzed?
Nope.
Okay, well then, Carl, this is for £2,000. Do you think you know this one?
Yeah.
Do you want me to ask you again?
Go for it, baby.
All right. Good. In geography, which African country covers the largest area? Carl, for $2,000, the answer is?
Sudan.
You think he's right?
I haven't a clue.
You haven't got a clue?
No.
He's right.
Absolutely.
Count slower. So you have £3,500, but only if you answer me 4 more questions correctly, and you have 45 seconds to do that in. So you've got lots of time. You can win big money. Lorraine could be in your grasp, or bits of Lorraine. Next question. Who was the first Frenchman to win English football's PFA Player of the Year award?
Pass.
Pass? Would you have known that?
No, I'm glad he passed.
You guys don't know football, do you?
No.
No. How did I know? Eric Cantona. No? All
If you
right.
say so.
Not for you. I know. Okay, let's hope we go into something fluffy. right, so you've still got 3,500, but I still need 4 more answers in the next 45 seconds. All right, next question. Which historical figure was murdered on March 15th, 44 BC?
Julius Caesar.
2,000, would you have waited?
No, I was about to go for it myself.
At exactly the same time, and would you have said Julius Caesar?
Exactly the same answer.
You guys are really a good
Hey.
team. It's 2,000 pounds, you're right. There'll be a big romance. I can see it in the paper tomorrow. Okay, you've got 5,500 pounds, but only if you answer me 3 more questions correctly, and you have 37 seconds to do that in. Ready? Don't smile so much. All right, next question. Which pop star appears as the little green fairy in the 2001 film Moulin Rouge?
Pass.
You should have known. You should have been an expert on this. Do you know?
No.
The little green fairy was Kylie Minogue. You wouldn't have known that?
No.
Would have thought you studied that. So you still have 5,500 pounds, but I need 3 more questions answered in 36 seconds. Next question. Who was the last British monarch of the Royal House of Hanover? Oh. Did you think you counted to 10?
I tried.
Almost. It was 3,000 pounds. If you get this right, would you have buzzed?
Yes.
Yes? Would you have waited a little bit longer?
No.
Nope. So exactly the same time? It's fantastic, the two of you. I'm going to ask you again. Who was the last British monarch of the Royal House of Hanover? The answer is?
I'm hoping it's Queen Victoria.
Would you have said that, Danny? You wouldn't have? Who would you have said?
William IV.
Who?
William IV.
You're completely wrong. He was right. Thank God for him. Thank God for those brows.
He is, I told you, he's a
Thank
genius.
God for him. All right. You have 8,500 pounds, but you'll only take that home if you answer me 2 more questions, and you have 27 seconds to do that in. All right, next question. What is the common name for the bone called the scapula? Yeah, just about.
No, I would have waited a bit longer.
You would have waited.
Yeah.
See a little angry there?
No.
No?
No. As long as he
You're at
gets
peace
it
with
right,
yourself and
then
at
I'll be
peace with
angry if he
Carl.
gets it wrong.
What?
I'll be angry if he gets it wrong.
Okay, he's on a roll there, Carl. Carl's looking a little tense, starting to eat his own gums. All right, Carl, I'm going to ask you again. What is the common name for the bone called the scapula? This is for 1,500 pounds. The answer is?
I'm not sure. I think it's the collarbone, Ruby.
Would you have said that?
Collarbone.
You're both wrong. It's the shoulder blade.
Shoulder blade.
The collarbone is the clavicle. Sorry. So you still have 8,500 pounds, but I still need 2 more questions answered correctly, and now you only have 21 seconds to do that in. Otherwise, you go home with nothing. All right, next question. In literature, what is the occupation of Lady Chatterley's lover? You're going for 3,000. Yes? Would you have known?
I think so.
You think you would have known. All right, I'm going to ask you in literature, what is the occupation of Lady Chatterley's lover? And it is?
I think it was a gardener, Ruby.
What would you have
I
said?
said gardener as well.
You guys are so synchronized, but you're both wrong. It's the gamekeeper.
Gamekeeper.
So you're eating into your time.
Right.
Did you know that?
No.
You didn't know
now
that.
you told me the answer, I do.
Isn't that beautiful? You're both wrong together.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
See, the teeth are starting to grit there. Are you angry at him? You got it wrong, too. It was so delightful, and now it's vicious. All right. Okay, the picture's changed quite dramatically now. You have 8,500, but I still need 2 more questions answered, and you have 13 seconds to do that in. All right, next question. In the Bible, which bird returned to Noah's Ark carrying an olive leaf in its mouth? Because you know?
because I don't want to waste any more time in case I get it wrong.
All right, so this is for 500 pounds. You were just about to buzz?
Buzzed at the same time.
You would have buzzed at the same time. All right, I'll ask you again. In the Bible, which bird returned to Noah's Ark carrying an olive leaf in its mouth? The answer is Carl.
Dove?
Yes?
Dove.
It's a dove. Okay. All right. Okay, you've got 9,000 pounds, but I still need one more question answered correctly, and you've got 9 seconds to do that in, or you go home with nothing. This could be the last question. What is the capital city of the Czech Republic? All right, this is for 500 pounds. All right, Carl, do you think you know? Danny's looking at his feet. Why didn't you wait a little bit longer? Were you scared?
I didn't want to run out of time.
All right, you didn't want to run out of time. You wouldn't have waited?
I'd have waited for him to answer it because he's capital king, so...
If you get this right, you walk home with 9,500 pounds. All right? I'm going to ask you again. What is the capital city of the Czech Republic? The answer is Carl.
Prague?
You think he's right?
Yes.
You won 9,500 pounds. How excited are we?
Ecstatic.
Are you? It couldn't happen to a lovelier couple.
Thank you very much.
Did you think you weren't going to get it?
It was pretty close.
So you're thrilled?
Ecstatic.
Did you think you would get this much money?
No.
And who'd you have to thank?
You, sex kitten.
Yeah, sex kitten, okay. What did you do to the back of your head? Anyway, now I have to leave you now. Because I've given all I can, I'm emotionally spent. And also they want to play the lottery next, which is a beautiful thing. So much giving from one channel. So until the next time, goodbye.